Alright, it is day 13 of the roller coaster road tour, and we decided to go ahead and extend it a little bit and stop by Six Flags over Texas. We weren't originally going to, but there's just so many roller coasters that Bean can fit on that we decided we had to take a stop. And our first ride of the day and Bean's first ride, a classic bobsled. What'd you say, Lavina? Why are you scared?
I know I don't have the alligator.
Now the first ever product made by RMC, New Texas Giant. So again, I understand it's their very first RMC, but that thing is pretty much forceless, especially after the mid-course. I mean, there's not, there's maybe one or two airtime hills and they're not very sustained. There aren't any inversions. The banking's only meh. Again, I know it's their RMC's first ever project, but if you rode this, you would not understand what RMC is about or what to expect from future RMC products. Just underwhelming. So after riding maybe the most underwhelming RMC out there, we're gonna go ride maybe the most underwhelming hypercoaster out there. How you gonna do that? So this has got to be the most ridiculous park for safety rules I've ever heard of. Apparently you can't ride in the last row, or you can't be the last row and be a single rider, if that makes sense. The very last row of people with people in it have to be two riders. Again, I'm almost 50 different amusement parks right now, and I've never heard of that before in my life. I mean, and this thing isn't even made by a real manufacturer. It's made by Giovanola, not B&M or Intamin or anything like that. And we just got off New Texas Giant and RMC, and they said the same thing. I mean, I rode Steel Vengeance, Iron Rattler, Outlaw Run, all single rider back row, very back row, never an issue. I don't understand what the difference is at this one certain park.
So we can see from it.
All right, now we are gonna put Bean to the test on Shockwave, one of the few coasters that pull over 5 Gs, actually 5.9 Gs, once you go through those double inversions. First time I've seen this, they have a mine train for big kids right here at 42 inches. And then they have another mini mine train over here for younger kids at 36 inches. By far my favorite clone roller coaster, Mr. Freeze's Reverse Blast. I'm not talking about this thing over here. We enter the darkness of Mr. Freeze's lair. Six Flags in a nutshell. Nothing but advertisements. Now for the beloved by Lavina ride, Pandemonium. So we walk all the way back here to find this thing for Bean, and it's confusing enough trying to find this thing. And we finally get to it after asking repeated park ops, where it is. We find it and it's closed. Not one of them could have mentioned, it's closed, don't walk all the way over to it. It's just ridiculous. On to the list of things that I find wrong with this park. Not to mention the fact that every drink station you walk past has the incredible smell of mildew, but that's besides the point. So the only park that I can think of that's similar to this is Kentucky Kingdom, in that you have to go under or over a road to get to another attraction. Kennywood and Six Flags New England, you have to walk over to enter the park, or under to enter the park, but not for another attraction. So this is something unique and honestly pretty bad having to walk this far back to do. I mean, at least Kentucky Kingdom, there are a few attractions back there once you cross the road. That's where Storm Chaser is, and a lot of other flat rides, but this, it's just this one single ride and it's in the middle of nowhere. So that was a cool little experience. We've done about 45, 50 different parks, give or take a few, and never have I had a ride op send us through without even stopping the train, checking the lap belts, anything like that. Just send us right through. So little Bean here ended up getting to ride the mine train about 7 times in a row before they closed it off. Now we've marathoned a lot of rides in our time, but she's never gotten to until today. Since they closed at 6 o'clock tonight, this will be the last rides. So New Texas Giant heated up later in the day with a full train. Not as bad. That's probably about the best scenario you can get for it. Full train, hot day, back row, but it's still not incredibly forceful. It's still probably my least favorite RMC. All right, one more ride on Titan, only because I know with how dehydrated I am, I will gray the hell out in that Helix. All right, and that is a wrap from day 13 on the road tour. What'd you think of it, Bean? You have fun?
Great.
A lot of great roller coasters here for her. It's a love-hate relationship with the park because, as I said, they have such a stupid policy. Again, so many parks that we've been to, I've never heard of, for safety reasons and witnesses, that the last row of the train has to be filled with 2 people. It was absolutely ridiculous, and for us having to do a parent swap for the bigger rides, it ruined our experience because we had to sit, second, third row. Everybody knows the back row is the best row, especially on an RMC. I mean, but again, they have so many coasters that fit her height requirements, so it's really one of the few parks that she can have a whole lot of fun at. I mean, there's not another park out there that have, 6, 7 roller coasters that are 42 inches and lower with an adult. So it's a real love-hate relationship with this park. We're going to finish it off at Kentucky Kingdom. We'll see you there. Until then, ride on.
Bye.